Welcome back to Factorio SpaceX Extreme, where we are well underway as far as completing the final stage with all of the launches we've done. We've done all of these. There's only 4 of the components that still need their 25-fold at 16 times cost launched, being the protection field, which is more than halfway, the fusion reactor, which is actually the most woeful at the moment, the thrusters that are getting close to halfway, and the faster than light drive, which is almost a third of the way. So, last time we had a ball with our Biter Fire celebrations, and if we pop into the map mode, Biter Fire was when we threw 200 nukes at our lovely little friends, the biters here, and scared them senseless. And that was awesome. Now, since last time in this, I have thrown in a bunch of landfill here, which has given us enough space so that I can potentially expand the distributed stack of green circuits and maybe red as well. I have also come down here and carried on Biter Fire celebrations deep in the south here, and that's so that we can bring these two 50mm iron ore patches within reach of our initial iron ore smelter stack. And I've actually gone all the way to add rail to this one. It hasn't been set up. We haven't even set up these station names correctly yet, so we would have to revisit it to do that. But that is because these supplies are getting absolutely hammered and are likely to be extinguished fairly soon. Now, what is going on right now? Well, let us come back to over here. Well, actually, before we do that, let's have a look at, see if we're likely to have a launch anytime soon, because they are a little bit thin on the water. It looks like we have a protection field lined up ready to go. Now remember, my trains wait for 2 launches, or 2 items to launch at a time. They don't go with just one. We're still a long way off another fusion reactor. That increase in price for the personal fusion reactors from 100 processing units to 250 is proving quite a thing to cross when you need 1600 of them per fusion reactor component and 25 of those. It would seem the protection fields, as there's one on the train, they're a long way off. Our thruster unit has recently completed and seems quite a long way off in terms of processing units. The faster than light drive is not even halfway in terms of processing units, so we probably won't get a launch any time soon. Now, let's come back up here. I have also added in the light system, very similar to the light system used at our red circuit stack, and it's been quite revealing. So what has been happening, if we take a quick look, and we might have a quick peek at all as well. That's very tantalizing, that. We'll come back to that. So what's been happening, if we were to, say, take out everything but circuits, because circuits right now is without a doubt our bottleneck. And as you can see, this is, well, let's get a 10-minute period. This is green circuits. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, it comes up again. Red circuits isn't too bad, it's fairly steady, and blue circuits sort of reacts to green circuits. So at the moment it's somewhat down at 248. When it's up, it gets up to over 300, especially on a 5-second. Well, that's really down. And blue, of course, that's really down. It gets up to about 14,000 per minute with our current setup the way that it is. So what this is showing us, here comes an iron train. You can see this is the iron. There is blue for iron, or light blue. This registers when there actually is some iron. But you'll see up here there's no iron, and you'll see most of these are absolutely they've stopped. In fact, we can't even fill a green circuit train at the moment because this whole thing has stopped due to lack of iron. This will fix the problem, and we'll get a surge in production again very briefly. But our real problem here is we are not getting enough iron to this stack. So you will see this number start climbing quite rapidly. How's that number doing? That's still interesting. The other thing to note is at the moment we're just for 80,000 plates between these two. We have been doing over 600 when plates is maximized, but that's when we had a different profile, when some of these other more steel heavy requirements were being fulfilled. Steel was much higher, and therefore iron was much higher, and that's what put us up. But obviously it also means that we can we have plenty of spare capacity to increase iron, or to use it more effectively. So the iron stop here, and notice the iron train's already gone and there is no iron, and up here the iron train is almost finished and it really isn't registering. So we need more. We are getting a little bit more iron throughput in this bottom one, but not so much the top one. I don't believe there's any more iron trains wait. Oh, there is. There actually is another iron train. So that's helpful. How many iron trains do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. We actually have 5 iron trains here. Oh, this one should be going to the weight. It should have an iron plate weight after the iron plate pickup, iron circuit drop, then it should go to iron plate weight. Iron plate weight for time passed of 0 seconds. That's what it should be doing. So there's 5 trains. They are not feeding. I mean, we'll be on a big climb right now, I'm assuming. 286. We're over 300,000 again. See, it's gone back up through the roof, sort of thing. Right up here, 10 minutes. You can see we're at the high end. Over, well, just below 300,000 because we've probably run out of iron again. We do have an iron waiting, so that's healthier than it has been. What I'm intending to do is add at least one more iron train to the green circuit to see if we can level that out, because the other thing worth noting is in our main base where we do all of our heavy processing, we have resources, but circuitry, especially green and processing units, are negative and are always negative pretty much. Every now and then red circuits leaps out and actually has a balance. Not sure where it is. Let's just have a look. A red wire. Maybe it's basically 0. So yeah, they're suffering as well. So we need to get at least 1, if not 2, more iron trains to support, iron plate trains to support this area. So we will go over to this stack, find some iron trains that are just waiting. Where are you from? Iron plate pickup, iron plate drop. Well, instead of that, you are going to go to the iron circuit drop. Iron circuit drop until inventory empty, and I'm going to send you there now, and you won't need iron plate. Yes, you will need iron plate drop. Wait, we'll take away that one. So that is one train. What does this one do? Same thing. I am going to make it 2 more iron trains because we clearly have the capacity for them. So iron circuit drop till inventory empty. Go there now. Get rid of that one. So hang on. Right, that's not our guy. That's our guy. Right. So when it gets a chance, it will blitz through here and head off up, which it's doing right now. So, the title of this show was Gigabase. Welcome to the Gigabase. And what is a gigabase? Well, it's a bigger base than a megabase, is what is probably the going definition, and it's not a very good one. So membership to the exclusive Gigabase has criteria. The Gigabase Society, and if you notice under production, well, it doesn't matter if you're under all or any of the tabs, but units, right, that's from the Conman Manager. Unit items are just, oh, this is the per minute average, but you see a number by itself. Okay, so if you've just produced X and it's a small enough number to show you the whole number, then you get to see X, right? And if you've produced over 1,000, because it's more than 3 digits, they start talking about K for kilo. So it's kind of the metric system here, K for thousands. And if you keep on going, you eventually get to items that have so many thousands produced that you no longer have 3 digits and you're up to millions. And then that's M for, well, I mean, you'd assume it's millions, but if it's metric, maybe it's mega or something. Well, what would be the term for a million? Kilo. Anyway, doesn't matter. We do know that you get a G if you exceed 1,000 million or an American billion, and a G is for giga. And I am hereby going to propose that the criteria for claiming Gigabase status, genuine Gigabase status, is A, you are using a close enough to vanilla build, as in there is nothing in your mod list that improves productivity over what you can attain via vanilla. So obviously Bob's Mods is immediately out, given the level of production acceleration that you get in endgame with their level 6 assemblers and crazy souped up modules and super inserters and the like. And I would like to suggest in this game, I have SpaceX, of course, I have the module inserter, I have Kilrog's flipper, and I have a couple of things for improving UPS, because my UPS is really bad for various reasons, one of which is I was very congested running Railworld on the developer's settings for Railworld, which isn't really a Railworld for a massive sized megabase. You really need RSO to achieve that, and of course that's probably what I'll do next time. But I'm running SpaceX on extreme settings. We have needed a lot of resources to achieve this, as you can see. We have used well over 1 billion plates, We are at about 1.8 billion plates at the moment. We are very close to getting to the Gigabase status by virtue of the fact that this is 999 million. And as soon as it hits the final billion, this will become 1.0 G, and at that point we are a genuine member of the Gigabase Society, and I don't know how many others can actually claim that legitimately without cheating mods, but I believe we have a genuine case here. And I believe that's a fair reason to call yourself a Gigabase, as opposed to just calling yourself one, which, you know, I've got no real control over that, so people can probably still do that. But, yeah, the Gigabase membership, you need to have one type of plate exceed a billion so that it will show up in your all-time production with a G. And ours is currently producing at a rate of just over 200,000 a minute, which is a little bit low. We've peaked quite a bit higher than that. We've peaked well over 300,000. Yeah, at about 210,000. It's because we were using a huge amount of steel at one point, but the items that use steel have, like whole components, used a lot of steel. But we've finished all of them, so now we need tons and tons of circuits. And circuits has been all over the place. I'm hoping that circuits is going to stabilize. Let's just have a look again here, see if we're getting better throughput. Of course, as soon as we fix something, another thing, there you go, iron coming up here. There's absolutely no iron in that system. We're about to get some though. That should help. Nothing waiting. What's this? Is it iron? No, it's copper. So copper's starting to run out here. But tantalizingly close. Our biggest problem is our 5 minutes or so at 200k per minute is being more than doubled because of our UPS. So that's an issue. Circuits over 300,000 again, that's a good sign. A bit of luck, that'll let processing units really climb up. Let us take a look and see. What's this? Oh, good. Getting iron coming in a bit more steadily now. Let's have another look, see if we have anything getting ready to launch. We have a protection field. We are a long way away from a fusion reactor. We're quite a long way away from another protection field. We're a long way away from a thruster, and we're a long way. So no, it's still going to be quite a while before we get a launch. So all we have to look forward to now is reaching that milestone. And you can see this is my little warning lights. You can see how it's really struggling to actually. So the setup is. Oh, actually, I'll show you. The setup is very simple. Whoops, we need to be out of map mode. So if there's actually iron plates greater than the amount requested, this will turn on. This is when it's greater than 20k, 40k, 60k, 80k. It's never getting to turn on, so that's why we added some iron trains, and even with the extra two, well, we have iron trains in there at the moment, but it'd be nice if they're actually waiting. What's this, an iron train? That is what I wanted. I wanted an iron train waiting as soon as one was leaving. So that is very good. Let's have a quick peek, and there you go! True Gigabase status. 1 billion iron plates have been smelted by this factory. 1.8 billion counting the copper. And we still have quite a long way to go. Celebrations in order. Charge your glasses, gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen. We have done it. We are now Gigabase. I think I am going to call the episode there. I will give you a brief rundown of the plan to boost these final components in the process. We have already boosted green. Hopefully it stays now at or around the 300k mark rather than jumping all over the place. So that's a good start. I am thinking that I will probably double the stack size, add a whole lot more trains on in here. I'll see what that does to red. We might need to double red as well. Red is currently properly supplied, so that's good, but if we did double this and then doubled this, we may have issues in terms of throughput down here again. Lots of fun. And if otherwise all things lead to surplus in resources, then I will come down to the main bus and add another processing unit stack, which of course is going to really smash our UPS. In fact, it's kind of smashed at the moment, but it will smash it even more. And that, I mean, if you lose a few UPS, but in the process you gain sort of 50% more of the key ingredients that are holding you back, that's probably worthwhile, isn't it? So this is hanging around that level a little bit longer than it had been. Slight dip, but not too bad. Hopefully it kind of stays there. Do we have enough iron? No, but we are getting another iron train in. Iron is still flickering. Do we have another iron train? No. Hopefully another iron train will be here shortly. So yeah, that is the plan. The other part of the plan, of course, is we know we're running out of resources down here, so we are going to build out our bases down here. I don't know how much of that I'll do on camera because, well, I mean, if you've been following the series, you will have seen how I do it numerous times, so it's probably not that uniquely new and different. And after all, I do need to spend some time off camera so that these numbers have a chance to get done, especially at that UPS. I don't think there's anything else we can do to our UPS other than clear out a huge additional area and move all these processes out of the main base, which, you know, I'd like to do, but it's not really possible. So that's it. Thanks for joining me. I hope you're excited as I am about us achieving Gigabase status. Looking forward to seeing you in the next. So bye bye for now.